Hello there, listeners. Welcome to the Night Signal. I'm broadcasting again from the road, this time in Utah. Being in this area reminds me of the time I spent here in my youth. It really is a magical area. You feel out of time here, suspended, somewhere else. It really is hard to explain. The mesas, the stone structures, and the wildlife were also foreign to a kid from the South like me. I'd never seen anything like it. I spent a couple of weeks for 2 summers here on a Navajo reservation, and for however brief a time it was, it had a tremendous impact on me and how I viewed the world and the paranormal. No one uses watches here. No one has deadlines. If there was an event happening, people just showed up when they wanted to. When there are enough people, the event started. Simple. No rush. The only rule they gave me was to never leave the small town at night. I was to stay in the streetlights at all times, and no matter what I heard, never follow the voices into the darkness. This, of course, made me a little uneasy, so I went to my friend to ask him about this rule, as he had gone the previous year. He pulled me aside and told me about something I'd never heard of before: skinwalkers. In the Navajo tradition, one does not really speak of skinwalkers, especially to outsiders. It is believed that talking about them can draw them to you. It gives them power. But knowing that, I'll share with you some things that I learned out there in the desert. One thing a lot of people get wrong is that they show skinwalkers as these evil demons, out there without their humanity, hunting humans. They're not like that. Not quite. They were human once, like you and me. Traditions say that most were shamans that ascended to the highest state of their craft, but were tempted by the dark, drawn into black magic and corrupted, forever banished from the tribe to wander the mesas alone. I was also told that someone could be corrupted into a skinwalker. If someone turned against the tribe, committed a crime, or a taboo, they could also be transformed into a skinwalker. Even the act of locking eyes with a skinwalker could infect your soul. No matter how someone is turned into a skinwalker, they all have the same ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as animals. Most often, they are seen in the form of coyotes, wolves, and foxes, but they can take the shape of any animal. In their human form, they wear the pelts of the animals they transform into, thus the name skinwalker. Because of this, the Navajo consider it taboo for its members to wear the pelt of any predatory animal. The skinwalker has all the classical powers you would associate with a traditional evil witch. They can hex, jinx, and possess you with their powers. But most notably, they will just take people who venture out too far from town. I can never get anyone to tell me why, but I have my theories. A person's gotta eat, right? The skinwalkers like to play a little before they take or possess you. They'll knock on windows and walls, or they'll make scratching noises on your roof. Some will appear as animals running beside or in front of your car, hoping to cause a crash and carry you off into the night. And perhaps the creepiest thing, the skinwalker will call your name out in the darkness, just out of the light. It may be a man's voice or a child's. It may be someone you know. It may sound just like them. The skinwalker can read your thoughts and memories, and it knows what your loved ones sound like, but it's not them. Never go out in the dark alone. Skinwalkers are generally found in the Southwest, but stories eerily similar to these can be found all over the United States. I could go on and on about these legends, but are they legends? After talking to the people and living in the desert for just a short time, I believe they could be. After our time there, my friend and I became obsessed with the unknown, and it's led me down the path I am today. There's more to our story, but I don't feel it's just mine to share, so maybe I'll do a follow-up in the future. So remember, if you're ever out there in the dark and you hear your mom's voice calling you, ignore it. No matter how much she pleads for your help, no matter how real it sounds, don't leave the light. Until next time, make sure you're always listening for the Night Signal.